Welcome to the Cornerstone Speaking podcast. Whatever it is, we're just out here jamming it up, talking because that's what needs to happen. We need to have quality conversation going on.
Content.
Yeah, right.
Try
it. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We've talked about a lot of things, right, in the past, but I think where we should kick it off is people know who Ryan Botner is. They know the general framework of Cornerstone Speaking and Coaching, but there's some pretty big changes that have happened in the last year. And I think, where is Cornerstone Speaking focused right now?
Well, I would say that when I first got into coaching, I guess I called myself a life coach. And, I would meet people and, say, I'm doing life coaching. And people would be like, I don't need a life coach. And I'd be like, okay, good. I don't want to work with you anyway. But I realized real quick that being a life coach is just more of a generalist, right? And for as much as people need life coaches, and I've had life coach, and it was great, right? As I went through and I'm like, okay, I need to be more of a specialist.
Right.
Just going through this whole process again, the same thing I did in financial services when I worked with nurses, then I went to pharmacists, then I went to physician, family doctors, then internal med, and then OB-GYN, and then and anesthesiologists, and then ended up with oral maxillofacial surgeons, which are really specialists.
Yeah.
As I was like, I need to I this out.
Right.
I got to go through this whole thing again. And I had to embrace mastery, and I probably need to put about 10,000 hours in. And I know I'm probably halfway there, 5,000 of where we're going with this. And I had a good friend of mine who was a professional speaker, a Hall of Fame speaker. And he said, Ryan, if you get to 500 gigs, you'll be a good speaker. But after 500, you'll be great. So you just need to get to 500. 500. And he said, along the way, collect data, collect names, collect leads. And then you'll be able to sell those people things for the rest of your life.
Right.
I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, because I need to identify what's my primary skill, what's their problem that they have, and how can I bring that to it and invite them to come deeper. And so that's really what I'm kind of working on now. And so I'm going through being a life coach, and I did leadership coaching for a while, and I would come into corporations, and they would be like, we want you to coach all our people.
Okay.
And they paid me a bunch of money. It was profitable. But 90% of them didn't want to be coached. So it wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't meaningful. It was profitable.
Yeah. But some of the stuff you're saying is kind of interesting, especially that last point. You not only is it good return on investment when somebody wants to be coached, it makes your job easier to coach them, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, and it's 80-20 minimum.
Okay.
So if I'm coaching my heart out, which I do, and I'm like, I wake up every day, I'm going to speak and coach my heart out. I don't care how people respond. It's not on me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like preaching, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so 80% is on them. Well, if they didn't pay, they're not going to pay attention. If they got all kinds of other things to do and this isn't a priority and they don't think they need a coach, it's not going to work.
Gotcha.
So, I would have these corporations that would pay me. And really what was happening is the people that were paying me, they were just sick and tired of trying to coach these people. So they're like, we're sick. I'm tired. I'm tired. You coach them. And I, did my best. And probably 20% of them really received, right? Yeah. But for the most part, they don't pay. They don't pay attention. So then from there, I'm like, okay, how can I package this? And then I did some selling for other companies for a while, which got a lot of reps in, and it was work through some things, understand how to build an offer, understand how to invite, and understand how to sell a big ticket offer, because it's not, a low ticket is easy to sell, but low ticket is not bringing transformation.
Right. And it's easy to sell, but you got to have a huge lead generation process.
Right. And, Alex Hormozi said, find a few rich people and solve problems for them to make some money.
Yeah.
And then after you make your money, go solve a bunch of problems for poor people.
Right.
And that's really, he just wrote that book. I don't know how many million, he sold million, bunch of poor people because the leads, you're going to have leads. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, no, you need a skill. You need to realize that if you're going to be an entrepreneur like me and you, it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
We're the janitor.
Yeah.
I'm the marketing. I'm sales. I'm leadership, operations, everything.
Yeah. I like how many, I understand that you're passionate about what you do, and this isn't a question to break down that, but how many days of the week or of a month do you wake up and like, dude, I don't think I have it.
Yep.
It happens. It doesn't matter where you're at. Being an entrepreneur is hard. It's because you're like, dude, I don't know if the revenue is going to be here this month. I got a bunch of clients that just we're not meshing right now. It could be whatever it is, and you have to be all of it.
I just got off the road from my biggest speaking gig.
Okay.
But through that, I added a bunch of staff, a bunch of expenses.
Right.
We're growing.
Yeah.
Went through like a 10-day slump.
Oh yeah. Gotta love those.
And like all of it's on. But you know, through that, I'm like, I just need more reps.
Yeah.
I need more engagement. And that's why I tell myself every day, it's never easy when I'm in it.
Right.
I'm not going to feel that. And then, you know, thankfully you're getting me today. We had a couple breakthrough days. And so, you know, here I am.
We're feeling good today.
But does that affect how I show up every day? No, it can't.
That's the thing is it can't. And wait a minute, there's like these breaking news that you dropped right there. Truth bomb. The Ryan Botner, the sales coach, went through a slump. What? Even the best baseball players go through slumps, don't they? It happens to everyone. And I think a lot of times it might be a good segue to talk for a minute, is that people, like the mental part of it, doesn't matter where you're at in entrepreneurship, you're probably selling something.
Yes.
And so the mental part of it is, how do you manage that part of the game for yourself and your business?
Yeah. I mean, really, it's all right here.
Won and lost right there.
It really is. And when I first started in the insurance business, it would take me 2 or 3 hours before my 9 a.m. phoning time to get mentally ready to make those phone calls. Not because I was fear of rejection, not because it's just, I knew I needed to be my best.
Yeah.
Because that was the initiation. That was the first me reaching through the phone and shaking that person's hand and having them feel the enthusiasm and the energy and the reason why they want to meet with me.
Okay.
Because they're curious.
Right.
And how could I be different? Mm-hmm. Right? My coach wrote a book called Zebras and Cheetahs.
Oh, nice.
Zebras look different.
Yeah.
Cheetahs run faster.
Right.
How can I be different in the business world? And how can I move faster than everybody else?
Yeah.
Because if I move faster, I can fail 3 or 4 times before you even fail once.
This is true. I mean, I'm marketing. You run an ad campaign. You can put $5 a day in it, and that's great. Or you can put $300 a day almost. You can put $300 a day into the same campaign and get the results that you're going to take a whole month to get.
Whole month.
It just depends on how much you're willing to put into it, and like you said, fail.
Yeah. And I was on a LinkedIn Live this morning, and I said, "What? You know?" He goes, "Honestly, Ryan," he said, "we'll have 35 people engage, and then we'll have 100."
Yep.
And I said, well, "What's the difference?" He says, "The title."
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
It's the title.
Yeah.
The title is what leads you in,
Gotta
right?
get the clickbait.
Purpose-driven life. The title.
Right.
I bought the book, never even read it. The title.
There's some titles though that I'm convinced that if you buy that book, you just feel better.
Amen. I just have a bunch of books I haven't even read, but I love the title. I love to read it. I'm like, that's a good title.
I love the colors and the
Atomic
titles.
Habit. That's a good title.
Exactly.
Good to Great. That's a good title.
I'm pretty sure I got everything I needed from that book just by the
just a
title.
title.
Yeah. I'm working on being great now. It's true. So mental focus, developing that's something every single day we have to overcome that. We have to battle that between the ears
every day.
Cannot let ourselves get down. What kind of preparation? You mentioned that you took a couple hours before. What kind of preparation? I mean, selling's, and you're going to correct me on this because I'm going to say an intentionally wrong statement. Selling's easy. It's just softball. You go and you jump on a call and you just follow the script and it's going to work. It's just rinse and repeat like that. Yeah. Like correct what's wrong with that statement.
Yeah. I mean,
everything.
The biggest thing is if you don't believe in it,
okay,
they're not going to believe in it.
Right.
That's number one.
Yeah.
If your conviction
right
is not, if you don't believe that this is really the right and and you're not willing to put in the work to diagnose the problem,
Right.
and just pitch something or just say, "Oh, you need this," right? Because that's where the relationship is. It's in the discovery. It's in the diagnosis. It's in me asking you great questions. I can't tell you how many times where I had a phone and I had a script.
Yeah.
I said, "I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Okay.
I got bills to pay. I got things."
Yeah.
And at the end of the month, we did 25, 30 grand, 40, whatever.
Yeah. Right. You
I
put in the work.
all I did was engage.
Yeah.
And I was curious, and I was a go-giver, and I sought to solve problems.
Yeah.
Now, going back,
Yep.
if I just give salesperson A script
Right.
A, and I give salesperson B same script,
Yep.
same leads, salesperson A sells nobody.
Yeah.
Salesperson B makes 5 sales.
Why?
What's the difference?
Yeah. I have an idea. I think it's preparation. I think it's practice. I think it's putting in the effort before the call.
Confidence.
Okay.
And confidence comes through reps.
Yeah.
Comes from no's. My no's, I was able to, in 10 years, I got more no's than most veteran producers that were in 30 years.
Gotcha.
I had more experience in 10 years
Right.
because of all the no's and the reps
Yep.
than a 30-year veteran.
Yeah. I mean, because this is a topic I always go to. It's a lot like golf. I know I'm at a huge disadvantage at golf because when did you start playing?
I was like 14.
That's the first time you hit a golf. The first time I hit
maybe
a golf.
12, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
But
backyard.
it was in the teenage years.
Yeah.
First time I hit a golf ball was when I was like 27 or 28.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I get frustrated because I'm like, this is dumb. I know I'm athletic. I know I'm coordinated. I'm not the best. I'm not trying to be the best, but I should be able to be decent, right? And then it's like, I could only imagine what it's like for somebody that picks up a basketball for the first time when they're 30 and begins to try to dribble this thing. Yeah. That's so easy. I can do that with my eyes closed. It's not even a problem.
Yeah.
But they're in a whole new world.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that is overlooked, though, in the sales world is because it's business. And what kind of business do you prepare for in that you go and do practice business?
Right.
Like you don't do that.
Think about it for a second. Let's just take sports.
Yeah.
Okay. A professional athlete will train 10 to minimum 20 hours for every, maybe even 10 minutes they're on the field or they're on the court.
That's insane. It's
Okay.
true.
Now, this is a professional.
Right.
So if I want to be a professional, what's going to set me apart? It's my preparation.
Right.
I practice, I perform, I rest.
Yeah.
But I have to practice. I have to train. I have to put in the reps. Now, going back to your golf analogy, here's the cool thing about this. I could golf since I was 12 years old and 30 years in golf.
Yep.
You come in, you hire the best coach.
Yes.
You don't have all my bad habits.
Right.
30 years of bad habits.
Yep.
And I've never gotten below a 10 handicap, right? I mean, I have been. I had to pay a coach.
Yep.
But I'm just saying naturally.
Right.
I have all these bad habits. I can't get below a 10. You don't have the bad habits.
Right.
You come in, hire the best coach. You submit to the reps. You submit to the coaching, the correction, and you get down to a scratch golfer. This 10 handicap will never probably have an opportunity to that because of the bad habits.
Right.
And they go back to those bad habits so many times.
But you have a fresh slate.
Yes.
That's why it's important to get it early.
Yeah.
If you're stepping into the coaching career, sorry, not the coaching, but the selling career, if you're going to be a salesperson, don't waste time trying. I mean, you need reps. Well, it goes to this. There's this really bad saying out there, and you'll agree with me on this one. The saying is, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Like, let's go practice. Let's go play basketball. One-hand shots all day for 1 hour. I'm getting good.
Right.
Not at all. And so it's been corrected to say perfect practice makes perfect. The only way that you're going to become perfect. Yeah.
And corrected.
Yeah. That's the only way.
Which is uncomfortable practice.
Yeah. You're going to get told no by the coach, not even by the client or potential client. Yeah, that's insane. All right. So going back to practicing, how much should, if I'm going to be working sales, how much practice should I be putting in a day?
I mean,
or a week?
Some of my best sales teams that I've worked with, they're practicing at least an hour a day. They're doing
role playing,
reps. They're on it. So when they hit the field,
Okay.
So they're not quite doing 1 hour for every hour.
Yeah.
But it would probably be 1 hour for every day.
Right.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah. I mean, the numbers have to be different
Yeah.
because there is some practice that's going on in the live environment in sales.
100%.
We're looking at sports where literally it's insane how much they practice. I've literally, growing
Insane.
up, I never had true aspirations or dreams of being an athlete, but I was like, that'd be cool, right?
Right.
And then you turn and be an adult and you're like, literally they practice 5 days a week. They go brutalize themselves for 1 hour.
And then watch tape and film. And I can't even.
Right. Yeah. And go ask a salesperson the last time they listened back to their sales call.
Right.
Like that's a very uncomfortable thing to listen to yourself ramble for 60 minutes. I'm not even going to want to watch this podcast.
It was the best thing I ever did was when my sales manager, he listened and he watched a lot of my calls.
I see. Vulnerable.
And he didn't go, the first one I had didn't go through it with me. And so, which would have been beneficial. But he was watching, and he would bring correction. And I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I would do it. Then the next sales coach I had, I would record it. He'd watch it. We'd have our 1-to-1. He would watch it with me. And then he said, now you're going to watch it on your own.
Gotcha.
In the future, and you're going to send me before I even watch it.
I see.
So that I just got used to coaching myself.
Yeah. Which is fantastic because it makes you way more reactive.
Yeah.
So coaching is important. Also, practicing is important. But there's something else that you mentioned right out of the gate when we were talking about how you revamped your coaching business about a year ago, and coaching and speaking business.
Yep.
It was this like 5-letter word, I think. Use the word like offer. What's this? Why is this important? Just I have
so much better than pitch.
Yeah. I feel like I just have so much goodness to bring to the world that people should understand that when I jump in the call.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see why I need to offer this up.
I did
into a
these
package.
boot camps for a while, and it was just training and going through, and it was like, boot camp where you train, and but then there's a big pitch at the end, right? So it's a low ticket offer, and then we're bringing all this value, but we're going to pitch you, and it was called the pitch, and I was like, oh, this is exciting, but then I was like, I just didn't feel right. I'm like, when I go speak, or I have a 1-to-1, or I have a 1-to-many, whatever it is, I want to be able to agitate, right? To bother, because if the pain of staying where you're at is not greater than the pain of change, you won't move.
Right. This is true.
And so I want them to realize that they need a who, which is me in their life. But they have to come deeper. They have to leave the place where they're at.
Okay.
And I have to give them an invitation to come deeper.
Yeah.
It's not a pitch. It's not an offer. It's not like I'm ever going to talk to you again. Like, no, this is a 2-way program here.
Right.
And I believe that I can help you. And if you're ready to commit to me, I'll do everything in my power not to let you fail. But if you can't commit, I can't help you.
Right.
And that is an invitation. But without invitation, there is no monetization.
Okay.
Right? Without an offer,
Yes.
a clear offer on what next steps the person needs to take, they're going to be like, okay, well, see you later.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And it creates an expectation of value that they're supposed to receive. But also something else I'm curious about. Do you feel like it streamlined on your side when you're providing the service? Do you feel like it made it easier to provide the service?
Very much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You didn't just have to do anything for them. It feels like sometimes entrepreneur, you're like, all right, you got money, I'll take it. What do you want me to do?
No. Yeah. And a lot of it is, training, coaching, but then homework. Like the action. I remember the best coach that I ever had, they always gave me something to do for the next 7 days.
I see.
And I did it. And I came back. And guess what? Transformation's happening because I'm taking action.
Right.
And I'm working through these things. And it could be as little as, a lot of times when I do leadership coaching with business owners, entrepreneurs, I'm like, hey, let's just start building some SOPs.
Right.
Because you say it's all up here.
Yeah.
I said, but if we're ever going to sell this thing, this is what you want to do, right?
It's truth.
Like, we need to start building Like, how do you do, what is your proven process? Let's get it on paper so that when we bring people in, it's a very clear, proven system.
One thing that I've noticed about that too, though, is so many people have it, and I'm guilty of it in my own business, where you have a process that you work on and you use, but when you begin to write it out, you're like, oh wait, there's these 5 areas
100%.
where I can become more efficient, and it's missed unless if it's on paper where you can actually see it.
Yeah, because you start thinking through. Let's just take sales. Like I'll be like, okay, you've got the lead that comes in, the referral. What do you do once you get the referral?
Right.
Well, I call them. Okay. Well, what do you say?
Yeah.
Well, I say, this.
I don't
then
really
what's
know.
the goal of the call? To book the meeting. Okay. So once you book the meeting, then what's the pre-engagement up into the meeting? Do we start thinking like, oh, like this is, and so then if there's something stuck, we can go through and say, here, this is where the client got stuck. Yeah. And they'll know.
Right. So there's something else I want to add to this. Like if I asked you're a PC guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm an Apple guy. Right. Yeah. No, that's fine. But if I asked you to restart my computer, would you do it? Like eventually you would, but you'd dread that task.
Yes.
Because you don't know how to do it. You don't mess with it. If I asked you to tie your shoes, would you do it? You do it right away because it's easy, right?
Yeah.
Because you have an SOP for it. You know how that works, right? And you're talking about following up with a review, with a referral, excuse me.
Yep.
And part of what people run into is they don't want to make that phone call because they don't have a script to make that phone call. So they don't know how that's going to go.
They just won't do it.
Anxiety, I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
Let's go find somewhere else.
Right.
Losing money. That's what it comes down to. Just losing money.
So we'll do group power hours.
Yeah.
Like 4 days a week. We're just everybody jumps on Zoom. It's left to my own devices. You won't do it. So everybody jumps on Zoom. And the first thing I say, and I just prep them, 4 or 5 minutes. And I say, okay, everybody got the script? Yep. Do you have the list of who you're going to call?
Right.
And what's your goal of how many of those you're going to get through? And they'll be like, I got a list of 15. I'm going to make all 15 or make 10, whatever it is. Great. Now we're clear. Now nothing is getting in the way.
Right.
You could get a phone call. You could get distracted. But if you don't have these things laid out, it's kind of like laying out your clothes before in the morning. So you just wake up and you just...
Yeah.
And so, like, it's those little things that hold people up. And then because it is hard and difficult and we have fear of rejection, we just won't do it.
We won't do it. Yeah. Yeah. You say the phone can get away. You might get that phone call. I was in a wedding recently and I didn't bring, this is just a weird moment, okay? I didn't bring my phone on the platform. Obviously, you're in a wedding.
Yeah.
But I had to think about that. I'm going to leave my phone. Okay. I mean, I don't care if someone can touch my phone. That wasn't the problem. It was like, am I going to get a phone call? There was some stuff that was going on and I wanted to have updates. Like, am I going to? And then I realized it doesn't matter. If I got a phone call, I can't answer it. If I get a text message, we're so dependent on that device, yet it is normal for you to wait an hour or 2 hours to follow up with something. And that's something that holds people back. Oh, I'm going to block an hour and do this? Well, what about this happens? What about, it's probably not going to happen. Don't even worry about it. You just got to set those boundaries in your life. Very exciting. So it takes practice.
Practice.
You need a coach.
Reps, corrected, coached reps.
Yes, corrected, coached reps.
And what will happen is, and there's a book called The Outliers, and Malcolm Gladwell wrote it, and he did a study on this other man, Anders Ericsson, and the study was, how many hours does it take for mastery? Mm-hmm. And the study turned out that it was 10,000 hours, about 10 years.
It's a couple.
When you say that, people go, I don't want to do that. But I want to be a specialist. I want to be a master. Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know about that 10-year thing.
Right.
10,000 hours. And it's not just 10,000 hours of reps, because if I just go and golf 10,000 hours and I'm just hit the ball more often in the trees.
Right, yeah.
I'm not correct.
Like, I can hit it.
I got all these bad habits. And so it's coach corrected. And when you get to that 10,000 hours, and this happened for me, it was about 8 to 9 years. I had a big breakthrough. I made $1 million. And it would, it was gradual, but it was like breakthrough. And then after that, it just kept going. It was but I had to get to that point because it was reps, coaching, correction, and that's where the breakthrough comes.
Yeah.
But nobody, it's not a popular message.
No, it's not. No, it's not a popular message at all. But I mean, when you look at NBA players, this is something that stands out to me because, I'm 31, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
But they don't hit prime till they're 28.
Right.
And they've been doing it their whole life. And still, it takes them 7-8 years in the league before it's like, people will be like, this person's really good, but prime.
Kobe understood that.
Yeah, he did.
He got it. He said, okay, I'm just going to do the easy math here. Everybody in the summer shows up at 8. They work out at 8. Mm-hmm. They work out at noon, and they work out at 5, whatever.
Somewhere around that, yeah.
He said, I'm going to wake up at 4 and work out at 4 and then work out at 8 and then noon. So I'm going to add 25% more.
Right.
And I'm going to compound that.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. They told me to make 30 phone calls. I made 40.
Gotcha.
I made it 10 extra at night from my house. Right. And I made 40 phone calls, about 25% more.
Yep.
And you didn't see the difference in production the first year or two.
Gotcha.
But 5, 6, 7, huge separation.
Yeah.
Because reps, mastery, understanding, I'm just getting used to doing this harder. I'm getting more consistent, and I'm getting coached and correct along the way.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a great point. A lot of great stuff being talked about. There's a topic that you want to hear talk about on this podcast, and drop it in the comments. You mentioned a couple books. I have one for you. And I was curious if you knew anything about it. I think it's called the 7-Touch Selling System.
Touch Point. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't even know the title right. Tell me about this book.
Well, I've been guilty of this throughout my life. I'll get a lead or an introduction, and I'll call them one time.
Oh.
And then thinking miraculously they're going to call me back.
Yeah, totally.
And this is, I don't know the statistic, but it's high. Yeah. Most sales people, they call once or twice, and that's it.
And they're done.
Why? Because they don't have a system.
Right.
And for me, at this point, when I don't know what to do, I just do something. I just call somebody. If I have a meeting reschedule, I'm on the phone.
Right.
I'm calling, I'm following up, new need, whatever it is.
What happened to you when we were doing this podcast? You thought you were going to have a 10 o'clock meeting. It turned to a 10:30.
Yep.
You made phone calls.
And I made a phone call.
Yep.
And probably booked a gig.
Right.
And so I just know that movement. So the thing that bothers me the most is I would go to events and I'd go to networking groups and people would be like, I don't even carry cards anymore for this reason.
Okay.
People would like, can I have your card?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, here's my card. And then crickets.
Yeah.
Now, if I didn't get their card,
right.
There's no transformation. There's no engagement. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I realized real quick, people don't have a follow-up system. They don't have a way to follow up.
Makes sense.
And think of all the millions of dollars that's left on the table because people don't have a follow-up system.
My bank account cries about
Seriously. If I were to bring in a bag of cash of how much even me has missed because of lack of follow through.
We'd be doing this podcast in Hawaii.
That's right.
Maybe not.
And so that's a big one. And then understanding when I go speak, I want to bring people into my ecosystem when we do webinars, whatever it is, we're really just showcasing. And so once you bring people in to the ecosystem, then it's, bringing that value, right? Speaking to their problems, inviting them to events, inviting them to come deeper. And we don't know if it could be 6 touches, it could be 17, it could be 30. I don't know.
Right.
There's people who follow me for 2 years and finally they're like, hey, something happened in their life. Whatever it is, the pain of staying where they're at is now greater than the pain change.
Yeah. No, that's key. And something that you even mentioned, that even your brand change, when you revamped your brand, you noticed that people started, it matters.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother topic. Maybe we'll talk about that sometime. But it just, those consistencies of showing up and showing quality in every way that you can, it matters. People are looking. People are watching.
Yeah. I get a message all the time, brand saying, hey, I'm I'm growing from your stuff.
That's awesome.
Right? Like I see you showing up.
Right.
I see you moving around the country. And that is really it. Like people put success to movement.
It's true.
They do.
Yep.
You know, naturally, not, you know, don't fake it. Like it is what it is. If you engage with people and you and you walk through the door, like it might cost you a little money, it might cost you some time, you have to do some things for free, whatever it is, but you just keep walking through doors and you keep bringing your cash. Okay, Kash.
Gotcha.
Your knowledge, your attitude, your skill set, and your habits.
Okay.
And you bring those through every door, people are going to recognize and say, I see your cash. I'll give you my cash for your cash because you got something I need.
Right.
That's skill set.
That's the kind of conversion that you want.
That's right.
Very good. It's been good. Somebody wants to book a call with you. How did they do it?
Well, you could either reach out LinkedIn. I do a lot of stuff on LinkedIn, but otherwise it's cornerstonespeaking.com.
Perfect.
And I'm not hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, you're not. And then I'll say this, maybe you're not ready to book a call. You can also go there, sign up for the email list. There's a weekly email that goes out.
Yeah.
You can also sign up for the text list, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm speaking
we
too
do
much.
a daily text. It's called Ryan's Encouraging Word. It helps me probably more than anybody else.
Makes him stay
So
committed.
every morning, 5 days a week, not every morning, 5 days a week, I send about a 2 to 3 minute message. It comes right to your text message, and hopefully it puts courage into you so you can be more bold in your day, and you can be more opportunistic, and you can understand that it's not about how, it's about who, and we need each other, and hopefully I can be that helper in your life.
Absolutely. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, why don't you hit that subscribe button, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, wherever it might be. There's going to be more of these coming your way.
Let's do it.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm committed.
Awesome. I'd love to hear it. If you want to hear a topic, let us know. We'll talk about it next time. Thanks for watching this episode. Have a great rest of your day.